What's happening, everybody? It's Sean with reactions to the classics, and today we get a top 10 live performances brought to us by a friend, longtime supporter, and patron of the channel, Slade Said. Thank you, Slade Said. Appreciate you. Appreciate all the patrons who make this thing go. If you'd like to support us in any way, check out that Patreon link below or the Patreon link on the end screen. We could not do it without him. All right, Slade Said brought another one of these previously, which I'll link below. But this new list, as I looked it over and researched it, has even more promise for me because there's a couple performances on here that I've never seen. I've heard a lot about, so I'm looking forward to it. And Slade said the musical diversity of this list is not quite as big as the first incarnation, since these songs can be regarded as belonging to some subgenre of rock music. But even within these boundaries, there are, of course, plenty of room to make vastly different soundscapes. What they have in common, though, is that they often are somewhat epic versions of great studio songs. So obviously, we're going to be watching all of these videos. If you never watched one of our videos before, the music will not be in the video. It'll be at a Vimeo link below. We're watching live performances, so I would suggest right now you click on that Vimeo link and check out the whole thing with me. We're going to start out at number 10. We got Disturbed, The Sound of Silence from Conan on CBS. Disturbed's studio version of the song is very good, but I find this live version to be better. Billed as the band Disturbed, this is mostly frontman David Draymond's show, which is made even more impressive by the fact that he had caught a cold a couple of days before. Now, Trey and I did a reaction to the song itself, and tons of you told us we need to watch this live performance. So this is one of them I was looking forward to seeing. So here we go. All right, I can't believe that there's 9 songs better than this. Not questioning Slade Said, knows so much about music, but I'm going to find it hard to believe that these next 9 are all better than that. That was incredible. It gave me chills, and I don't get chills usually, right? Unless it's 5 degrees outside. That was phenomenal. That was just phenomenal. Not much else to say. And I'll tell you this much, though, too. This is one of my 10 favorite songs of all time. And if you watch this channel, you know I don't like covers, man. Don't be covering my stuff, man. Leave the Beatles alone. Leave my favorite stuff alone. That was incredible. That was better than the recorded version. Just insane. So, wow. All right. Next up, we have Manowar, The Crown in the Ring. The event was live in Germany in 2008. So it said, from a new metal band doing something different to one of the most iconic true heavy metal bands, Manowar, also doing something quite differently to what they normally do. The song The Crown in the Ring, which was originally from their 1988 album Kings of Metal, features a male choir. It's definitely not your typical heavy metal song, even if the lyrics are our typical Manowar. All right, Manowar, The Crown in the Ring. That was quite impressive. I actually really enjoyed that as well. I don't really know a lot of Manowar stuff. That was so, the grandiose of having that male choir, man, and just the way everybody in the crowd obviously knew every word to every song, but they let the choir do its stuff, right? And they didn't come in and overpowered, obviously, with guitars or drumming. It was just keys for most of the time and the lead vocalist. So, yeah, man, that was quite impressive. Quite impressive. Next up at number 8, we got Grant Lee Buffalo, Fuzzy. The event was live on the French TV channel Canal Plus. Following a rather pompous piece of music, Slade said, I believe we need a more basic rock song. The sorely underrated alternative rock band Grant Lee Buffalo did score a minor hit with the title song of their debut album, Fuzzy, and they did a great version of the song, which I played that we're going to watch right here. I did a great top 10 of them earlier this year for Slade Said, so go look for that after this. All right, Fuzzy, Grant Lee Buffalo. Incredibly impressive performance. Incredibly impressive considering, too, there's only 3 of them up there, right? And, Grant Lee Phillips, the lead vocalist, he's just fantastic, man. The bassist, Paul Kimball, was fantastic on there, and then Joey Peters on drums. I mean, they're just really good. But that was a great rock performance. I'm always here for a great rock performance. Very emotive, very powerful, and just spot on. So I super enjoyed that, and I super enjoyed that song. Next up, number 7, we got KG Elephant. Too Late to Say Goodbye. The event was Unpeeled live show. So I'd say KG Elephant recorded some live sessions with the string section backing them under the name Unpeeled, which was released in 2017. It's a great listen, and from the live set, I went with this one, Too Late to Say Goodbye. I stayed away from researching songs and all that stuff because this is about the live performance. And if you know me, I'll get tied up on it. This is what this song's about. It's fantastic. It's about the live performance, right? We got to remember that. It's top 10 live performances. All right. That was quite impressive. Matt Schultz's vocals are just insane, right? And he kind of looks like from a distance and moves sometimes a little bit like Mick Jagger, right? Although it has a little bit of Lennon-esque qualities to the vocal on this one a little bit. So good. Right? It's just flawless performance. The strings weren't overdone. Like sometimes, when they bring in the strings and the symphony or the orchestra, it becomes more of almost like a cliched sideshow. This just perfectly like meshed with the music, and it kept Matt at the forefront. And this venue, I don't know where this venue is. This venue looks insanely cool, right? I would sign up to go watch this Cage the Elephant show right now. So I'll tell you what, we're 4 songs through, and we're 4 for 4 so far. These are all fantastic. I don't know if Slade said can keep the bar keep going up. I don't know about that, man. But we're about to find out. Next up at number 6, we got a group I've never heard of, Saga, with Perfectionist. The event was Spin It Again live in Munich in 2012. Canadian prog rocker Saga did a tour in 2012 after original singer Michael Sadler had reunited with the band and they recorded a live album to document the return of their frontman, as well as new drummer Mike Thorne. One of the highlights of the live album is the heavier version of the song Perfectionist, which is originally from their 1980 debut album. It's a great song with a very interesting murder story. All right, Saga, Perfectionist. Just a fantastic performance. Like, the instrumentation was just absolutely tight and spot on. And Michael Sadler on the vocals were great. I've never seen, I'm sure this happens, but I've never seen somebody jump up on the keys, go back and sing, jump up on the keys, go back and, like, when it started, I'm like, where's the lead singer? But he just kept going back and forth. If you watch this channel, you know prog rock is real hit and miss for me. I could not watch an hour of this, but I really appreciate it for what it is on this song. And the tale of the tape here, the story is that this guy decides everyone must die, including himself, so he invites all his friends over and poisons the wine. So an interesting thing to write about as well, but really well done. All right, we're up to number 5 now, top half of the list. We got Frank Zappa. Bobby Brown goes down. The event is a live recording. Details unknown. That seems to be Zappa, right? So it said, I've always regretted not experiencing Frank Zappa live, as it's said to have been quite extraordinary. I'll admit to not really being his biggest fan, as some of his music gets into jazz fusion territory, and that is really not my cup of tea at all. But I have to respect how much he liked to experiment and never settled to just one thing. Plus, he clearly had a great sense of humor. He also did not care at all about what people thought of him and was anything but politically correct. His song Brown Goes Down from his 1979 album Chic Your Bodie is a perfect example of this. It was banned from being played on American radio stations, but actually became quite a hit in most European countries where it was played frequently on the radio stations, despite the lyrical content. It could probably still be banned in 2023, but for different reasons than in the 70s. Okay, I don't know the song. I don't know a lot of Zappa. I respect him from afar, right? I respect him from afar. He was a musical genius, definitely a different kind of cat. I've never watched a live performance of Zappa in my life, so I've been looking forward to this one when I saw this list. Okay, Bobby Brown Goes Down. Like, everything about that was just fantastic. I mean, if the lyrical content, yes, it's definitely controversial, and if it offends you, I'm sorry. But just the whole vibe of it all, like the control that Frank had over the crowd. He sounds fantastic. The way he reads the note, it's all just insane, and the song itself is insane. But yeah, man, I'm glad I got to see it. Like, the control that Frank had and the confidence on the stage, it's really, really good, man. All right, next up at number 4, we got Mark Knopfler. It's Mark Knopfler. It's not Dire Straits. You see Dire Straits below, but I just put those down there so I don't have to type in the song titles. Brothers in Arms. The event was music for, I always say this wrong, Montserrat. I know that's probably not the right way to say it. So it said, following a major volcanic eruption in June of 1997, which had many casualties and destroyed a large amount of buildings and structures, including the island's airport, former Beatles producer, the great George Martin, decided to hold a benefit concert for the island with artists who had been recording music there, using his Air Montserrat studios on the island. One of the albums being partly recorded in the studios, Dire Straits' Brother in Arms, and Mark Knopfler did a great version of the title track for the album for this concert. Phil Collins was the host for the show. All right, Mark Knopfler, Brothers in Arms. The elegance of that, like, that was just a fantastic performance. I think I've seen that performance before because I remember the guy on the tambourine and the way he was doing stuff on the percussion is very memorable. But I don't know where I would have seen it. I guess we used to do live streams on Twitch where we could watch videos. It had to be there because I don't know where else I would have seen it. But man, one thing I always talk about Mark, and he's one of the greatest guitarists of all time, but he's subtle, right? He doesn't have to like take over the show. Even at the end, that last 45 seconds, turning his guitar over and stepping back and letting the orchestra and the symphony finish the thing out and giving them the floor. Like, he's a very unselfish front man when he was head of Dire Straits, and even here playing with others. But the song is fantastic, but that performance, the restraint, right? It's a restrained performance. It's what you got to do in this song. It's what the lyrics speak for themselves and the elegance of the music. So fantastic. All right, next up at number 3, we got Nightwish, Ghost Love Score, the event live at Wacken in 2013, or Waken. I don't know how you say that. Slade said, Nightwish is a Finnish symphonic metal band, not least known for their female singers. During the band's lifetime, they had 3 singers. The first, Tarja Turunen, was a trained opera vocalist, and she sang with the operatic voice on top of the symphonic metal, making the band rather unique. She was replaced by Swedish singer Annette Olsen, who was more typical rock/metal vocalist, but Annette only lasted 2 albums before jumping ship midway through their 2012 tour. She was replaced by Dutch vocalist Floor Jansen, who has been with the band ever since. Floor is sort of a combination of the former two vocalists, as she can do both the operatic style plus the more standard heavy metal rock singing. She has incredible range, which is shown in all its glory on this song, recorded at the world's biggest heavy metal festival in Germany in 2013. It would be unfair not to mention keyboard player Tomas Holopainen, I know I messed it up when talking Nightwish, as he is the founder of the band and the one writing pretty much all the music. Now, I know that, Sean, you are not a big fan of prog rock metal, and this music is definitely within that category, but at least it's a long song. Oh, wait. It's a very long song. Now, I'm going to tell you what. I have a little history with this song. Trey and I did a reaction to this song over 3 years ago on this channel with Tarja, the studio version. We did the studio version, and it made an impression on me. We have over 2,500 videos up. We've done everything. This channel's almost ready to celebrate its 5th anniversary. The fans on this video were so absolutely rude. Trey and I swore we'd never do another Nightwish reaction. Guess what? We haven't. We've been all right. It's been all right. We've lived. Now, I realize that they're probably less than 1% of the fan base, and most Nightwish fans are probably absolutely fantastic. So I'm not throwing shade at Nightwish fans. I'm just saying, like, it stood out so much because they were so rude that we should have done this version, that we swore we never do another one again. But because it lies within a top 10, and because I love Slade Said, I'm doing it. And I don't think it's breaking my promise because I'm not putting up a solo reaction to this song. But that's how much Nightwish stuck in my mind all these years later. Every once in a while, you'll have groups or artists whose fans are so rude it stands out. But these guys were at the top, the very top. So let's see what I've heard so much about this performance. All right, Ghost Love score, really well done, right? The musicianship is absolutely fantastic. Floor was great. The environment looked great. Yeah, it's not my thing, man. I don't really get it. I don't really get this style of music, but I can appreciate it for what it is. That was a fantastic, really, really good performance. Is it the greatest live performance I've ever seen? It's not. But, no shade to Nightwish. They seem fantastic. And no shade to their fans, guys. Just that 1% of you. Maybe you're going to be around here, too. I'll block you just like I did last time. All right, number 2. Procol Harum, A Wider Shade of Pale. The event live at Ledrenborg Castle in Denmark in 2006. Slade Said in 2006, Procol Harum's Gary Brooker performed a concert at the castle in Denmark with the National Danish Concert Orchestra. During this event, they delivered a truly amazing version of his legendary song, A Wider Shade of Pale. I actually have a reaction to this up, and I remember when I recorded this. Okay, it's weird how you remember it. It was Labor Day, I think 3 years ago, because Trey was gone. He went with some friends to this like beach type deal, and he came back burned to a crisp. He was on his way back, and he said how burned he was. So I recorded this song and then went to a drugstore to get him some aloe vera. Just weird, the things that we remember, right? But this song is absolutely fantastic. If you were wondering earlier, I said 2 of the songs I was really looking forward to doing. It was the last one, Nightwish and Disturbed, because those are the 2 that I heard so much about. But this song is quite the treat. All right, A Wider Shade of Pale. That is a fantastic one. Gary Brooker just absolutely brings. He's 61 years old when he's making this, right? When he's doing this. And this song came out in 1967, so 39 years before. The energy, the orchestra, the backing, like all of it, the environment, it's just fantastic, man. One of the best live performances you're going to see, no doubt on this. But his power and his emotion is unbelievable. All right, we're finally there. Number 1. We got Prince, Tom Petty, Jeff Lynne, and Steve Winwood. While My Guitar Gently Weeps. The event, of course, is a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction of George Harrison all the way back in 2004. Slade Said in 2004, George Harrison was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. During the event, a group of great musicians, Tom Petty, Jeff Lynne, Steve Winwood, and Prince, performed a fantastic version of While My Guitar Gently Weeps. The whole experience was stellar, but Prince took it to the next level with his guitar solo at the end of the song. He was truly an outstanding talent, maybe the GOAT musically. I don't know. I've seen this one time. I know it is absolutely famous. I've seen it one time. It's been a minute. I'm looking forward to it. Number 1 on Slade Said's top 10 live performances. We got While Your Guitar Gently Weeps. All right. While My Guitar Gently Weeps. The performance by Prince there at the end. You got Danny Harris up there. His grin is so huge. And Petty just starts looking at him like, wow, and Lynn, like, people underestimate like how great Prince was, right? I don't like we've got a podcast up about it. Trey and I've talked about it a lot. Like, he may be the GOAT musician, right? Because he could play everything. And I mean, he's one of the greatest guitarists of all time, and that is evidence there. Just fantastic, man. I mean, just unbelievable. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I mean, it's just, yeah, it's incredible. Now we're going to come to my favorite tracks, and this one is incredibly difficult. This is one of the best lists I've ever done. Like, these 10 songs are all I'm grading live performances here, not songs, right? I mean, these are all fantastic. Like, they're all incredible. So I don't really know how to really pick out the best. I guess I'll go with the last one: Prince, Tom Petty, Jeff Lynne, and Steve Winwood, While My Guitar Gently Weeps. I go with Procol Harum, A Whiter Shade of Pale. And I'll go with Disturbed, The Sound of Silence. I decided I would pick 3 faves. The other 7 are honorable mention. Like, there's really no way to pick on this. Whatever you pick is your fave. You're not going to be wrong. But let me know what your favorites are below. Major kudos to Slade Said for cultivating this list. I'm sure he went through numerous live performances, and to pull these 10 is absolutely Picasso work, man. So enjoyed it. Thank you guys for watching. Till next time, I will see you.